So many people out there tell you that you need to have a strong why and a deep reason for why you want to be successful in order to actually go out and make it happen. But I believe this is a complete lie that ends up hurting you and your soul and your actual purpose. What I see happen all the time is that entrepreneurs end up being so attached to their business, their identities are so attached to their business, which ends up being extremely toxic. Because if the business starts to do really well, then they feel really good about themselves. But as soon as the business isn't doing so well, then their entire self-worth goes down. So I think that this idea of having a strong why is the only reason you're going to be successful is actually dangerous and holding you back from success. The business is not there to fulfill your needs. The business is there to fulfill the business's needs. And most importantly, your customers' and clients' needs. Most people end up trying to connect their desire to maybe connect with God or with their family or helping the world back to business. And what happens is that then their identity is too attached. And as soon as they have to make a hard decision or do something that doesn't feel 100% in alignment, there's a battle between themselves and the business. And this is something that I personally struggled with for a very, very long time, and I probably still struggle with it to this day. I thought that I needed to have a huge, strong why and be fulfilled by my work and find so much meaning in what I do on the day-to-day. But if I'm being honest with you guys, my only why of why I scaled to 7 figures was to use the business to heal a lot of my trauma and a lot of my wounds and try to make my inner child feel empowered. And it was really toxic. It was an unhealthy why. My driver for growing the business was to heal myself. But what happened was that I actually didn't heal myself, and it just put a Band-Aid on the problem. Because as I scaled, I had more money, I had more recognition, I had more love from my clients, from my community, but my wounds deep down were still not healed. I don't think that having a strong why is the reason behind why you succeed or don't succeed. And I actually think it's very dangerous to think that you need to have a strong why, because then you're building this business out of a sense of trying to fulfill yourself instead of building a business out of trying to fulfill the needs of its clients and of its customers. Stop feeling this pressure to have a strong why. You should know why you're doing it for yourself, but it doesn't need to be this life-changing, life-altering, meaningful why. I believe that work is something that is necessary and everyone should do it, but I don't believe that work needs to be fulfilling all the time. It can be fulfilling, but it doesn't have to be all the time. There doesn't need to be a strong why and a strong driving force, because even if you worked at a nonprofit, which I did, even if you are in an impact-based business, which I was for 2 years, I worked in high schools helping students discover themselves through the DISC assessment. And on the outside, it was very fulfilling, but most of the time, it was spent emailing, doing marketing, talking to the clients, doing account management. Most of the time wasn't spent in those meaningful moments that we strive for. Even if you put yourself in the most meaningful environments based on what society sees to be meaningful, like working at a nonprofit, most of the time it's actually redundant, boring work. So stop looking to your business to fulfill your deep why. That's not what's going to make you successful. And stop looking to your business to heal all of your trauma and fulfill your needs. And then lastly, stop looking towards the business to find fulfillment and meaning. Because if you do, then your identity is going to be attached to the business, and the business is going to have control over you. So the goal of the business is to serve the needs of your clients, of your customers, and your business needs to have a strong why, but you don't in order to be successful.